This is a final demo for SugarVita in my internship. It will show everything that's available in the game right now. So, first of all, we have some small things right here. What's the goal of the game? Very easy stuff, nothing special. Same about SugarVita, and it shows you all the credits and what you need to be aware of. Um, well, a new thing here. You can register a GameBus account. Well, basically, why would you want to do this? GameBus will be able to save playthroughs and you can play them back. So you can play back your own playthroughs or the playthrough of others. So it will automatically basically make you join a circle, and that's why you need to accept. Um, as you can see here, I enabled or I actually entered a wrong email, an email that already exists. So it will give me an error. So I had to change it real quick, and now my account is successfully made. So Gamebus and SugarVita are now linked for me, and then I can log in here with the just created email, and there it is. And now I'm logged in. Normally you'd get like the virtual opponents of other people and your playthroughs from Gamebus. Unfortunately, that's not yet been implemented at the time of this video. You'll see it in a little bit. Because here I can select opponents. Normally that would be the spot where you can choose some Gamebus opponents. You'll see in a little bit how it is right now. First of all, the player, that's me. I can just choose whatever I want. A profile, a name, and a color. And here the virtual opponent. Now it will only show my local virtual opponents, as you can see here. I choose this one, and here it is, the start of SugarVita. Basically, SugarVita is a game where you'd get around the board and it would simulate one day of your daily life. Um, this is specifically made for people with diabetes or people who want to know more about diabetes. For example, someone who has a kid with diabetes and wants to know more about it. That could be a thing as well. Um, but the most important way this would be used is for people with diabetes to actually know some more about their disease, to try things out in the game instead of in real life. You have a whole lot of options. You have random events like this one I just landed on. You have, as you can see, a lot of things you can choose in your bag, activities. Well, here are the activities. Only two at the moment, but could be a lot more. Forest walk and a party. So I chose a party. And then you get to the special party board. What happens at a special party board or at any activity board is every step you take or every tile you go in the game, it will have a special effect. So in this case, every tile you walk, you'll drink a little bit of Coke and eat a little bit of cake. So it's harder to manage your blood sugar levels. Well, I don't have the hardest profile selected here, so it's not the biggest problem. As you will see on the top right, I won't go really high with my blood sugar levels. Um, and as you saw, I had two turns, and that is because the party map, or any map for that matter, any activity map, it will have half the time per step. As you might see in the bottom right now, every step I'll take, it's 10 minutes of time. And on the normal boards, it's 20 minutes. So basically to make it that the party is a realistic length without only having 6 tiles, you only go half the tiles per step, but you'll get 2 turns so that you can kind of keep up with the virtual opponent. Even though you're going to see I'm not going to do that this playthrough because I'm throwing too low. But yeah, you'll get out at about the same spot where you would have been normally. So this virtual opponent does everything on its own. You can see here all the actions it did. Here it ate something. Um, everything's automatically, but it does give the player a good indication of what they did. So the player can actually learn from it. Virtual opponent also chooses its own path. Basically, the activities are now kind of limited, but it's supposed to give more and more activities. Like it's easy to add them with the system we've added, um, and that also makes it possible in the future to add more things that would actually be good for someone. So things that would actually be part of someone's daily life. Because first of all, it was only eating and drinking, and that's not the only thing people do in real life. So this gives actual more realistic results that someone can actually realistically boast their own lives. So that's good. As you can see, I'm getting outrun by the virtual opponent here. These events all have their own thing they would do. Like for example here, cooking, and it brings stress. And stress is a very important factor in blood sugar levels. It will spike when you have a lot of stress, and it will be harder to get it up when your stress level is lower. Um, so there's a lot of things to take into account when looking at your blood sugar levels, and everything that's kind of important in real life to your blood sugar levels, that's also implemented in the game to make it a kind of realistic. And that's what it is. It's supposed to give like a not a perfect example of what would happen in real life, but just like if something goes horribly wrong in the game, then you can assume it's also going to go wrong in real life. And if something's going to go well, then it's probably going to go well in real life as well. So the virtual opponent ended. You saw a small message that showed that the virtual opponent ended, and what he did as evening snacks. So here I choose a little bit of a snack, like I do in real life, for example. I always do this. Little snack and something to drink, like a fizzy drink. When you've selected multiple days, then it would just go on after this night tile the virtual opponent is on. It would just go another round, basically for the amount of days you selected. And now we've all finished, and it will show this end graph with all the players and the virtual opponents, and it will basically compare how they did. So in this case, you can see there I spiked once with my player, and that's because of that I didn't receive as many points as the virtual opponent, who did stay in the best zone for longer. And here you can see some more details. You could go back to the main menu and play again. Um, but we're going to see here that, well, this is everything I did. This is a player, so you can see there, as I indicate, that I went to a party, as was the case. And also we can see everything the virtual opponent did. So some nice overview to still have some better idea of the virtual opponent actions. And you can see when they did everything here in the graph, and also what the results were of those actions. Because as you can see here, like for example here I went to a party and it wasn't that bad actually for my health. But down at the bottom of this big ascent, you can see that's where I had dinner. So that might have been a good spot for me to actually get some medicine in order to get it a bit lower. Well, this was SugarVita. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've learned something from it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.